Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. One of the things that I like to do is wrapping Christmas presents. Didn't used to. Used to think wrapping Christmas presents was a major pain because I never knew how to do the folds and get the tape right and do all the other stuff. I'm still not perfect, but a couple of things that I do that make it a lot easier. One, I used to try and wrap round things. I never do that anymore. If it's a round thing, it's going to go in a box. Now, I've had bags that I put things into bags, but we have grandchildren. They want to look in the bags, and all they have to do is grab a hold of the tissue and look inside the bag, and there it is. Probably not their present, but then you have the whole thing of mine, mine, mine. When they're 2 years old, they don't understand sharing as well. Now, Oliver's pretty good about it, but you know, why take a risk? So I put it in a box. Box with a closed lid, taped shut. It's pretty much, yeah, you're not supposed to get in there. He gets that. So, wrapping Christmas presents, much better way to go at it if you just try and understand that you got to make it easy for yourself. Today we're talking about wrapping presents because it's the 23rd of December and it's what I'm doing, so you get to watch. Even after learning the boxing trick, putting things in boxes that it's not a tight fit in means that it can rattle around, and that's okay. You know, you're not supposed to shake things to find out what's in them, but it can cause damage to the item, or it can lead to guesses. Don't like guesses. Open the box when it's time. So what I've done is I learned to put things in there that keep it from rattling around. And the way to do that, in my estimation, is to take a solid block of styrofoam. This just happens to be packing from a different item. Came out of this box. So all I'm going to do is cut this styrofoam so it fits back into the box. Need to cut it about there and about there. Now, why not peanuts? Well, personal preference. They work. Nothing wrong with them. I just don't like the idea of having a whole box full of packing peanuts floating around the room. This way, I take this one and I put it in there. And every time you pack something, it's going to be different. This is just how I'm doing this one, because this is how the styrofoam that I have looks. And I put the other one in there. Solid. Nice package. Now comes the wrapping paper. goes easier with a little bigger table, but this is the table I got. Now, I bet 90% of you could wrap better than I do. This is the way I do it, and this is the way I'm doing it. I like to have the wrapping paper cross over on the bottom of the package. So I take and fold it over so it makes a nice neat fold. Having little dotted lines on the back of it makes it easier, much easier. Having wrapping paper and tape with a little holder makes it easier still. Tape one side down, put a little pressure on it to bring the line up tight. Take this one that you folded over previously and pull it tight. There. That's got that taken care of. Now this gets folded down like that. Then this gets folded in like that, and you crease that back in like that. That automatically folds this one just in the right spot. Then I take and fold up the cut edge. Pull it up like that. This wants to ride up, so I just always take my finger and push down on it. Now, I put a little bit of tape right there in the middle and pull up snug. And I do the same thing on the opposite end. Fold this down, bring these over, and the box provides the guide. You don't have to measure or fit or eyeball or anything else. It just goes where it's supposed to go. Push down on the top, pull up on the bottom. That pulls it together and everything stays where it's supposed to be. Now, sometimes this stuff just sits and the end gets and stays folded. Other times it kind of pulls out like that. A little bit more tape, if you're not crazy obvious about it, holds everything together snugly so it doesn't catch. That's nice if you're going to take this stuff to Grandma's house or to the grandchildren's house, because then it doesn't catch on things on the way there, which can be bad if the wrapping paper tears off. Now, hopefully you're careful enough and everything works out well for you and it doesn't cause any problems. Now see, this end, I did a little better job on it. It folded down a little better. I don't need to do this, but I know this one's going to be traveling, so a little tape and we're all good. Now this one doesn't have a top on the box, so it doesn't matter where the seam is. If you want to have the seam on the bottom side so that when you open this up, you open the top this way, you just have to look and make sure. Pay attention. The more fuss you put into it, the probably better it's going to look, but at the same time, it makes it more difficult to do. Back in ancient times, they didn't have little bows like that. I never put a bow in a box if I didn't have one of those. But by the time I was 20, which is a long time ago, these had come around. Some of them are self-adhesive, some of them are not. I believe this one's self-adhesive, but it doesn't want to, so that's okay. Take a little bit of Scotch tape, and before I put it on the package, I take the Scotch tape and I fold this like that, and I put the tape there on the ribbon. And then I just press down on it and the bow is on. See? Easy. And that's how I wrap a package. Now there's variations on it. There's all kinds of ways to wrap packages. I learned this one when I worked at United Technologies. We made aluminum extrusions there. And the aluminum extrusions were always shipped wrapped in paper. And the guys wrapping the paper over the bundles of tubing were so fast. They'd been doing it years and years, and I went down and watched them. It's fascinating. I learned how to wrap packages from watching the guys wrap aluminum. Honest to God. If you have any suggestions for new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.